Keep on pushing.
I am pleased to be with you on this evening. I acknowledge the wonderful works of the NAACP, and particularly that of the NAACP branches of the Oranges and Maplewood. My good friend Tom Perrier and his group does a wonderful job, a fabulous job. It is indeed my honor to even be recognized to receive this community award. I humbly receive it, I humbly accept it, and I really want to say thank you. I do what I do, and we do what we do at First Baptist Church, not simply out of recognition, but we do it simply because we feel that we have a call into our community to get outside the four walls of the church and to make God visible through our actions within community. So I really want to say thank you first and foremost to my wonderful wife, Nadine Richardson, 28 years of marriage. And out of those 28 years, she has had to share 21 years of me being the pastor at First Baptist Church. It has not been easy for her, and so she really is the backbone of my success at First Baptist. So to my wonderful wife, Nadine, thank you. As well as my kids, Devin, Jeremiah, and Kayla, and Shannon, thank you very much for the times that you had to understand. Thank you very much for the times you had to endure me not being around. And to the wonderful First Baptist Church of South Orange, it has been 21 years of us building wells in third world countries, building schools in Swaziland, Africa, and girls' schools in Ghana, Africa. It's been 21 years of us making a difference, going on missionary trips. We've been there to respond to tsunamis hitting Africa, hitting Asia, hitting Puerto Rico, and I want to say thank you, First Baptist Church, for partnering with me along the journey. To my wonderful community of South Orange, thank you for understanding my passion and desire for collaboration on those community issues that affect all people. And so any success that I had has not been to myself alone. If it were not for a wonderful South Orange community, if it were not for my wonderful family, if it were not for wonderful institutions like the NAACP. Thank you very, very much. And remember, it does take all of us to make up a village. And we all, whether it be the private or the public sector, must do what we can to come together to make the human condition and situation better for us all. That is why I am a staunch supporter and will always be of the NAACP. Thank you so very much for this recognition.
Keep on pushing.
Good afternoon, everyone. I am so glad you were able to join me today at the NAACP of Oranges and Maplewood Freedom Fund Brunch. I'm always taken aback whenever I've been selected to receive an award, especially this one from the NAACP. Much of what I do is not about accolades. In fact, it's just the opposite, which is to shine a spotlight on ordinary folks we all know on our travels, people who have compelling stories to tell. It could be as simple as an elderly gentleman who cleans up someone's neighborhood where he doesn't live, or the woman who opens her doors to complete strangers and feeds them a meal because she knows they are in need, or the young woman who found the courage to confront the man who molested her as a child, or the two sisters who changed the next of kin notification law when nobody told them that their mother had died. And lastly, and most recently, the Newark High School senior who became the best debater in the country. On changing landscape of journalism, I've been fortunate enough to be in the business for 32 years at 3 newspapers, the Marietta Times, the Flint Journal, and now the Star Ledger. I first learned how to type on my typewriter right here. This is the one that I received from my mother when I was a kid. And to now, it's been an incredible ride. Along the way, I've received so much support from my family, from my mother, my mother-in-law, my daughters, my fiance, and friends. Every step of the way, they've been encouraging. If not for them, I would not be here today to tell the NAACP of the Oranges and Maplewood that I'm truly honored to receive the Community Leadership Award and to thank this organization for being a voice for people and an advocate for social justice on their behalf and the communities that it serves. Thank you.
To keep on pushing.
We are honored to be part of this NAACP Awards event and to tell you about our work that began working on an educational issue in the city of Orange Township, but eventually became, actually very quickly, a voting rights issue, and how this mobilized people in our community.
NAACP history. It has a rich history of fighting for voters' rights. It was executed by elected officials that looked like you and me.
The current Board of Ed actually used our tax money to sue the city council and get that overturned. And they were arguing that the voters in Orange were ignorant, didn't understand what we were voting for, and that is simply not true. The voters understood very well what the issues were.
After successfully winning the right to have an elected school board, the administration lynched a vote, claiming the people of Orange again did not know what we were voting for. However, we successfully had another vote and won the right with an 86% majority.
This was the people's victory.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leroy Jones. I'm the chairman of the Essex County Democratic Committee and the East Orange Democratic Committee. The principles of the NAACP, the longest, civil rights organization in this country. So, with the accomplishments that, I've been able to make over the years, it's only because of the NAACP to set the foundation and set the standard for individuals like me to serve in the capacity of an elected official, the New Jersey General Assembly, the Essex County Board of Chosen Freeholders in various segments of government, and right now is in the profession of a lobbyist. But without all the fight and the history and the blood and the tears that have been shed, for individuals like me and those that come behind me, it's just an honor to be here today. So I just want to thank, the members of the committee, my wife Jackie, my sons Nadir, Amir, Tahir, Trayvon, my daughters Micaiah and Tanasia, and a host of grandchildren and friends from around the community, particularly from the city of East Orange, under the leadership of the Honorable Ted Green and his First Lady, June Green. So it's been my pleasure to just share some thoughts with you, and once again, congratulations to the NAACP and all the wonderful honorees.
Keep on pushing. Keep on pushing.
Greetings. Thank you so much for this wonderful honor. Thank you so much for bestowing this prestigious award upon me. The work that I'm doing in the community of Newark and Essex County in the state of New Jersey for the promotion of good equality for all people. I can't express enough my profound thanks and gratitude to the NAACP chapter of the Oranges and Maplewood. Thank you all so much. Thank you for calling my name. Thank you for selecting me for this President's Award. In a time like this, in a climate like this, in a culture like this, if we ever needed the NAACP before, we sure do need it right now. Times of bigotry and racism, racism is not even hidden anymore. It is out in the open. If we ever needed the civil rights movement of the world, if we ever needed the most prestigious organization that speaks for the people of color and for all people, we sure do need it right now. Thank you, NAACP. Thank you, Brother Tom Puryear. Thank you so much for all of those that are part of the Oranges and Maplewood chapter of the NAACP. Thank you for your work for justice and for equality for all of God's people. And thank you again so much for this award. My sincere apologies for not being able to be with you physically, but please know you are in my heart, and I am indebted to you for your kindness and your generosity. Enjoy your wonderful banquet and wonderful celebration.
Ain't gonna let nobody Keep on walking, keep on talking, marching up to